Hello, Virgo. Welcome to the Divine Dojo. My name is Gabriela, and I'm here to do your reading for April 28th through May 4th. We're just coming out of that beautiful new moon energy that was very powerful and amazing, and hopefully you set your intentions. If not, it's not too late. Tonight you can still do that, although I'm filming this kind of late, but whatever. You know, the energies are usually like a couple days after and a couple days before that are building and still linger on. So I definitely recommend working with this energy, especially this week, because we have all planets direct until Sunday, where Pluto goes retrograde in Aquarius, which it's in. And luckily it's not a personal planet, but you know, it still affects us. So use this week's energy wisely. So before I start the reading, I just would like to clear the energy with doing a tuning for clearing. One more time. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Time and space is a construct. Energy is real, and we are all connected. So welcome, Virgo. I'd like to start off with, I'm going to start off with the archetype card as a catalyst card. And these cards always come in a bunch. So hopefully, here we go. Gnosis. That's a great card. I love that card. Maybe we'll read this one. I'm feeling called to read this one. I haven't read the other ones for the other signs, but I'm feeling called to read this for you, Virgo. And let's start with the tarot and see what kind of story we have for you this week, what kind of energies. And remember, you know, it's not going to resonate with everybody. This is a general reading for the collective of Virgo, so it will resonate or it won't. You know, take whatever messages resonate and leave what doesn't, because sometimes your rising or moon sign or Venus sign, which is very powerful and strong right now, will resonate a little bit more than your sun sign. So all right, thank you. Let's put some cards. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Oh, beautiful card. Nice start here. Here we go. Excellent. All right, so let's see what we, ooh, Virgo. Ooh, shit. Sure. All right, so what do we have going on here? Good transformative energy this week, Virgo. I don't know what you are been going through, but it seems that you have been, you know, in a nice celebratory kind of energy, and in a good energy, in harmony, good home life, hopefully. And then, so that's the Four of Wands. And then we have the Hierophant reversed, followed by the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Pentacles, and then followed by Death. But after Death, we have the Star, but it is in reverse. And then the last card was the Three of Swords, reverse, which is good. I mean, it's better than having it upright. So interesting energies, Virgo. What is this about? Let's get some clarity. I mean, it seems like you've been in a good place, in harmonious energy, you know, following your intuition. You know, the Hierophant it's tied to society and its rules, and you know what we know about Virgos. Virgos kind of like rules in a way. I mean, I know there's definitely defiant Virgos, but generally speaking, Virgos like, not containment. What am I trying to say here? Virgos like their way and their things in their fixed, it's not a fixed sign, but they kind of like their things to be, you know, they're known to be OCD, right? So they like to be things to be tidied, organized, and, you know, have kind of a clear place where everything goes, right? So Virgos tend to tend to be like rule followers, and which is not a bad thing at all. And I see that also, you know, you've been in a healthy 10 of Pentacles kind of energy, which is great because it's, you know, you're financially secure, you have long-term success, hopefully, God willing, out there. And then it's followed by the, you know, Queen of Pentacles, which is definitely, it's definitely, like I said, you know, this is definitely your energy, Virgo, the 10 of Pentacles, you know, stacking up that coin and, you know, being meticulous. And then the Queen of Pentacles, excuse me, it has that practicality, you know, to it as well. So, but then we have the Death card, but it's upright, which, you know, people get scared of the Death card because it has to deal with death. But basically it's just, you know, something's coming to an end, maybe new beginnings, maybe you're starting something new. It's definitely transformative. It's that scorpionic energy, the number 13, which, you know, it's a great thing. It's a metamorphosis, basically an end of a cycle. And a lot of people have been getting, you know, endings and beginnings when I've been doing the readings. So it's not unusual. But I've been seeing more of like the World or the Fool or the Magician. But the Death is kind of similar, right? Because it's an ending of some sort of cycle for you. Because we transform with this card when we have that energy of transformation. And all of the cards are upright except the Star and then the Three of Swords. So when we transform, you know, we can definitely become this star, but maybe you're hesitating or have a lack of faith in yourself. And right now, being that we are in Taurus season, Taurus has to deal a lot with self-worth, right? So you have to have self-trust in yourself. So if you have insecurities, which usually this is, you know, the cards that tells me that there's some sort of insecurity, lack of trust in oneself, you know, it can definitely lead to this kind of heartbreak energy, this negative self-talk, right? Maybe you're doing some of that negative self-talk, you know, but with this, it being reversed is like, maybe, you know, it looks like you have beautiful energy, even with that Death and with the Death card, but maybe this little lack of faith, maybe this just was happening for a little bit, but now with these like energies shifting, you know, we have been in stagnant energy for about 5 months, for a while now, you know, and I would say even since like November 19th, since Pluto moved into Aquarius. But this does tell me, you know, there has been some healing going on and you're moving on, and hopefully, you know, turning the situation upside right, making it right. So I commend you for that because, you know, transforming and changing is hard, especially for a sign like yours that likes to be meticulous and particular and likes their kind of way, right? But Virgos are also mutable, so they're flexible in a lot of ways, you know. So I'd like to clarify the Death, the Star, and the Three of Swords. Spirit, give me some clarity. Why is the... Too many cards. Just gave me too many. Please, Spirit, give me some clarity on why the Death card is here for Virgo. Thank you. Knight of Cups, another air, water sign, another Scorpio. So yeah, maybe it's time to get into in believing yourself and, you know, start to be creative. The Knight of Cups is definitely super charming, and, you know, it's following the heart, and is romantic. So I'm not seeing that this reading is like a relationship reading, but maybe it's even like romancing yourself. Sometimes we just need some self-love and self-care, right? And really like stop the negative self-talk that we have with you know, not having faith in ourselves, or, you know, being in that lack mentality of not being enough or what have you. You know, it's time to stop dimming our light and, you know, embrace this like charming energy of the Knight of Cups. Can I get some clarity and advice for Virgo on why the star is here reverse? Too many. Thank you. And then that leads to, you know, once you have more of that self-trust and positivity toward yourself, positive self-talk towards yourself, you know, you become a little bit more emotionally balanced, and that's looking like what it's, you know, this to me is like it's moving on and going towards more of this. This is emotionally balanced person, King of Cups, you know, so you have the Knight of Cups leading to the King of Cups, clarifying the star. So yeah, I mean, I think it's time to stop dimming your light and have some compassion for yourself, and, you know, balance, and yes, control, but not trying to control everything, more surrendering. You know, do what you can and control what you can, and what you can't control, that's out of your hands, right? Because the King of Cups is a super supportive and emotionally clear leader. So, and empathetic, right? Why is the Three of Swords? Can we get clarity on the Three of Swords? So we have the Knight of Wands reverse, the Three of Cups reverse, and then the Five of Wands reverse. So Knight of Wands, why the Three of Swords? We're clarifying the Three of Swords. So maybe you've had some like delays or frustration, as we all have in the past 5 months. You know, our energy has probably been like high and low, who knows, it's just been off, right? Nothing has felt normal in 5 years. So maybe that's what it is, you know, and you know, and it's the collaborations and maybe the relationships have been off, and, you know, maybe maybe you're trying to avoid conflict and not you know, be combative or defend yourself. You know, maybe that's another thing that's going on here, is like you know, when we don't respect ourselves or have, and I'm not saying that you don't respect yourself, but I'm saying, like, you know, sometimes when we get into that negative self-talk, you know, the negativity just kind of overwhelms sometimes, you know, it like spirals right out of control. And when we don't believe in ourselves, we don't believe in others, and we don't respect others' opinions as well. So maybe that has led to, you know, some difficulty and disagreements. So, right. What is the advice for Virgo? Thank you, Spirit. So, you know, it's the Eight of Cups reverse. So making a decision, it's time to make a decision, because the Eight of Cups, you know, it's like it's moving on, but reverse, it's like you're having indecision or avoidance or fear of change, fear of loss, right? But whatever is lost, I mean, I hate calling things loss. You know, sometimes it's protection, you know, redirection is protection, right? So sometimes it's just our mindset that we need to just move on and stop being in conflict with ourselves and in conflict with others, and move on, and you know, not avoid things and face things head on. There's no more perfect week than this week to like face things you know, that we've either been in conflict with or avoiding, you know, to get this beautiful star energy upright, because all the other cards are wonderful, right? So yeah, all in all, I think it's a good reading. It's just we gotta stop our negative self-talk if that's what we're doing, and find a way to move forward and not think as things as losses, instead of, you know, failures aren't really failures. They're just, you know, we learn, right? They're lessons learned, and if you don't learn it, then you're going to repeat it. So it's not really a failure. It's just something that you need to go through to evolve, right? And transform. So there's that. And then this one is a leg up. This is from the Wisdom of the Oracle. So I think I'm going to read it. I'm going to read like how that can help you. What is it? I'm getting to that age, guys, where I need like readers. A leg up. It says the essential meaning is receiving help. Maybe you do need help. Delegating authority or interdependence. The Oracle's message. You've come to a point where going at it alone is no longer optimal for you. Again, like, yeah, I agree. Maybe you have been battling, you know, with people and are in conflict with people. And, you know, the Three of Cups, when upright, that is like collaboration and union and community, right? So maybe that's the case. Life has a way presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during this next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all areas of your life where you need a boost. The trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allow teamwork and independence to commingle. Miracles happen. Now is such a time. I agree with that. You know, because like overall, the energy has been good, but maybe, you know, it seems like your money's good. Seems like inside you're, you know, you're good and your money's right, but there's something that needs to be transformed here. And maybe that's in collaborations, whether, you know, it be in work or in, you know, in your friendships, or, you know, and this doesn't seem like much of a relationship reading to me, but definitely collaborations, and, you know, not thinking of like what has been lost, instead of trying to look at it as more in the eyes of like the Knight of Cups, coming from an emotionally balanced place in your life, where it's like, you know, again, failures are lessons. They're not, it's not like you know, you failed. It's time to move on. If it didn't work out, maybe give it one more try. And if that's that, it's time to move on and transform that energy, right? I'm going to read the protection message, because that's what it sounds like to me. Are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have little faith that help will come? Convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders? Your beliefs about going at it alone need to be discarded, as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand, but to be vulnerable is good, for you have a lesson to learn. You must let someone else assist. You can't do life all by yourself. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. Yeah, I think that's coincides with everything that we've been talking about. Beautiful, Virgo. Let's just pull an Akashic Records Oracle card, and we'll pull an angel number card and call it a day. Study. A new endeavor is upon you, and it may require new knowledge and skills. Put the intention out to the universe, and the right teacher will soon find you. Beautiful. You know, again, it's just maybe being open to collaboration and getting that help that you need right now, because everything else seems okay. It's just maybe getting some help in whatever that is, you know, specific to you. And, you know, this reading might not resonate, and that's okay. It's not for you this time around. That's okay. Good times. 2424, maybe you've been seeing that number, or you're going to start seeing it now. It says relaxation, joy, harmony, love, kindness, happiness, support, unity. It says you're deserving of affection, relaxation, and joy. Open up to your family and friends about your feelings, and you'll find everyone aligned and working together harmoniously. Many people are cheering for you. When you spread love, it returns to you multiplied. I agree with that, you know. So let's do well, no, I did it all. So anything else, Spirit? Oh, you know what? Let's read the original Gnosis message, because I think it's a beautiful one. And then we'll close. We'll really close this time around. Gnosis. True knowledge is not found in facts and figures or in scholarly books on library shelves. Rather, Gnosis points to the deep and timeless archetypal wisdom that rises from the felt experience of having touch and the unknown with every one of the senses. Very Taurian. Those who are drawn to Gnosis find themselves in esoteric studies, likely involving mysticism, alchemy, healing, or perhaps science. Knowing is their calling. Not knowing is their job description. No matter how far the alchemist takes their studies, they come to the ultimate conclusion. Where am I? They come to the ultimate conclusion that facts slip towards mystery, and soon the mystery results in facts. This card signifies a knowing that is life-changing. Once you experience it, you are forever changed and become a guardian of Gnosis. The eternal mystery is calling you. Study your passion in the deepest way available to you. Beautiful. Yeah, I think, you know, it says, when light, it says contemplating the mystery, unanswerable questions. When in dark, over-intellectualizing and literalizing and asking others. And that just means like not knowing to me, the dark part is not knowing, you know, the light within, or not knowing yourselves. But I think you do. I think it's just maybe you're transforming and shifting, and you need help. Maybe you need a little bit of guidance, you know, with that transformation or transition that you're going through, Virgo. I hope that was helpful, my beautifuls, and I'll see you next week.